Happy Friday. Jimmy Rogers was introduced as Washington State's new head football coach yesterday. Rogers was hired away from South Dakota State to become the Cougars' top man after Jake Dickert left for Wake Forest. Director of Athletics Ann McCoy made the introduction.
It is my extreme pleasure and honor to introduce to you our 35th football coach at Washington State University, Coach Jimmy Rogers.
Well, thanks, Ann, and thank you guys for coming out. I'm blessed. I'm excited to be the 35th head coach here at Washington State. I promise you I'll get the whole staff and I'll learn the fight song and the hand motions.
We promised you only
yeah, I know. They were trying to hide me with Butch over there. They gave me a whole, I'll get it down. But I'm blessed to be here, and I got a ton of people that I'd like to thank, and I'll start with my family. My wife, Haley, my daughter, Reese, my son, Trace, really a light in my life, something that's really a rock in this coaching world. This is a hard journey. It's hard. There's a lot of sacrifice that the families go through, and I'm blessed. They've been unbelievable throughout this journey. My wife has done this since I was a graduate assistant at South Dakota State, so she knows what it's like to watch somebody fold laundry in the laundry room and go up and break down film for 18 hours out of the day. And so I've been blessed to have unbelievable support.
Rogers says he's well aware of the tradition at Washington State and plans to lead the Cougars in the right direction.
Washington State is a special place. Land-grant University, a university that's really built on people and opportunity and hard work and a commitment and toughness, and that's kind of what the program I just left. I know what that is, and I know what it's like doing in a community that's really bought into one thing. Pullman is Washington State, and Washington State is Pullman, and I am blessed to be here. I believe in this brand. It was one of the first things I said to Ann is, this place is awesome. If you could think about seeing Washington State as a kid for the last 320 weeks on College game day, not a lot of places have that type of national recognition. 19 bowl games, 4 Rose Bowls. But I also believe that this program has so much more to give, and I look forward to tirelessly working this program into becoming a national contender. I didn't come here to lose, and nor to this coaching staff. I believe in this. I believe in this. And we're going to do everything that we can to get on the top of college football. It just happened last year with a conference opponent making the college playoff, and as I told the team last night, don't think it can't be you.
Jimmy Rogers was 27-3 in 2 seasons at South Dakota State. He brings quite a few of his assistants with him to Pullman to hit the ground running. Well, speaking of college football, Notre Dame turned a late interception into a game-winning field goal in the Orange Bowl last night to beat Penn State 27-24. Christian Gray came up with the interception of the ball Drew Aller said he was trying to throw away. It came with 33 seconds left in the game. In that college football semifinal, a few seconds later, Mitch Jeters connected on a 41-yard game-winning field goal to send the Fighting Irish into the national championship. Notre Dame will face the winner of tonight's Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic between Ohio State and Texas. That is underway on ESPN. Washington was no match for Michigan State last night in men's college basketball. The 16th-rated Spartans rolled to an 88-54 victory over the Huskies. In other action, Pacific edged Washington State in overtime 95-94. Portland State down to Eastern Washington 64-59. The men's schedule tomorrow has Eastern at Sacramento State at 1 o'clock. 18th ranked Gonzaga hosts Washington State at 6. Both games are on ESPN+. Washington stays in Michigan to face the Wolverines Sunday at 11 a.m. That's on the Big Ten Network. Eastern Washington women picked up a 78-49 win over Portland State last night. Washington State topped tops St. Mary's 66-57. Coming up tomorrow, Gonzaga plays at Washington State at noon. Eastern hosts Sacramento State at 2. Haley Van Lith leads TCU into Texas Tech tomorrow at 4 o'clock. All those games available on ESPN+. Washington visits number 20 Michigan State, that is, Sunday at 11 o'clock. That's on the B1G Plus network. Well, Seattle began the second half of the NHL season on another losing note last night. Columbus got out to an early lead, never looked back in a 6-2 win. Philip Grubauer started and allowed 5 goals in net before Joey Decord came in, and he stopped all 4 that he faced. Seattle continues the road trip tomorrow in Buffalo. That'll be at 1 o'clock on Kong TV. The Wenatchee Wild are home for a couple of big games starting in Western Hockey League play tonight. Wenatchee hosts the Victoria Royals at 7 o'clock at the Town Toyota Center. Tomorrow's festivities actually begin at 4 with the annual Guns and Hoses game between local firefighters and law enforcement. That's followed by the Wild and Spokane Chiefs at 6 o'clock. You can get tickets, more information at WenatcheeWildHockey.com. Well, Kashmir dominated in a double-duel SCAC wrestling match yesterday. The Bulldogs knocked off Connell 61-18. Beat Kai B 62-17 in Top College play 71-6. Wenatchee defended its home mat last night in Big 9 wrestling with a 42-34 win over Davis. Ellensburg beat Quincy 49-27, while Ephrata topped Sela 44-30. It's kind of a quiet weekend in wrestling other than Ephrata visiting Post Falls for a tournament today and tomorrow. Cascade, Liberty Bell, Moses Lake, Tonasket, 11 other schools are at the Warden tomorrow. It's called the Jeremiah Schmunk Memorial Tournament. Starts at 10 o'clock. Cascade girls and boys earned forfeit wins in prep basketball last night. Easton couldn't apparently field a team, so the official scores go down as 2-zip in favor of the Kodiaks. Other games that were actually played last night, Moses Lake Christian girls beat Liberty Christian 46-41. Wilson Creek topped Cascade Christian 28-17. Boys play, Moses Lake Christian edged Liberty Christian 66-56. Cascade Christian topped Wilson Creek 51-49. Busy slate for the girls tonight has Eisenhower at Wenatchee, while Moses Lake is hosting Eastmont, and Ephrata visits Toppenish. Wahluke hosts Kashmir at 5:45, while Tonasket travels to Omak. The later games have Chelan at Manson, like Roosevelt hosts Bridgeport. Brewster's at Liberty Bell, and Entiat hosts Soap Lake. Waterville Mansfield welcomes Pateros tonight at 7:30. A look at the boys' schedule with Moses Lake Christian visiting Oroville. Waterville Mansfield takes on Pateros. Eisenhower plays at Wenatchee. The Eastmont girls, or make that boys, are at Moses Lake. Toppenish hosts Ephrata. Kashmir visits Wahluke at 7:15, while Omak hosts Tonasket. The Chelan boys are in Manson at 7:30, while Okanagan hosts Colville. Bridgeport plays at Lake Roosevelt. Liberty Bell hosts Brewster, and Soap Lake visits Entiat. Girls' schedule tomorrow has Quincy at Prosser at 3:30. Kashmir hosts Chelan at 3:45. Brewster visits Lakeside 9 Mile Falls at 4. Eastmont hosts Davis at 4:30, while Moses Lake visits West Valley. Omak travels to Kettle Falls. Waterville Mansfield hosts Okanagan, and Oroville takes on Jenkins Chewelah. The boys' schedule tomorrow looks similar with different start times. Okanagan visits Waterville Mansfield at 3, while Kettle Falls hosts Omak. Quincy plays at Prosser at 5. Kashmir hosts Chelan at 5:15. Brewster visits Lakeside at 5:45. The Eastmont boys host Davis at 6, while Moses Lake plays at West Valley. Of course, NCWLIFE will be courtside for the doubleheader tomorrow at Eastmont, where the Wildcats will be hosting the Davis Pirates. Grant Olson as your play-by-play. Girls at 4:30. The boys follow at 6 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a great weekend.